Hello, of course. Hi everyone, how are you? Let's see. Mhm. Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here. I have a super cool message. Um, Say hi if you're here so I can say hi back and properly. Hold on, I'm sitting on my bouncing ball and I'm bouncing as you can see. Hi, Emma. Oh, thank you for being here. I love your card reading today. Thank you so much. It kind of felt like lifted something heavy from my heart. So thank you so much for that. Hi, Tao. I also saw your live today. Everybody's live today. I think Thursday is the day, isn't it? Thank you for being here, ladies. I so appreciate it. Um, So, yeah, anyway, I wanted to come today and talk to you about catching the energy wave. And I, I was, I got all of this information. It's coming mostly from like Wallace Waddles, who's another author. Yes, I'm like all over the place. But anyway, such really great information. And it's all about manifesting and stuff. I'll just tell you. I know I'm like going off in different directions here. So, you know how I'm talking to you about being, living, and feeling that which you want to manifest, right? So when you are in into what you want, oh, that's my charm bracelet. My mom gave this to me. Thank you, Emma. Yeah, my mom gave this to me. She gave my sister one as well because anyway, she we're from Chile, and she had like this big bracelet made of gold when we were there, and she wanted us to have something of value, um, just in case bad times and all of that stuff, because that's what she used it for, right? Like it was some type of like a bank thing to have. So she wanted both of us to have this before she passed, and yeah, and I used to have it in a nice little box, like never ever like touching it because it was so special. And I would like wear it like on like special occasions. And then COVID hit, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear this. I'm home. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. Anyway, yeah. So I'm talking about manifesting and catching the energy wave, right? So you can be, live, think, imagine whatever it is that you want to manifest, right? But once you're there, you actually have to catch it. You have to grab it. So, kind of like, okay, here it is. I'm imagining it myself. Let's talk about money, okay? Because he's all about money, right? I think he's the one who wrote Think and Grow Rich. I think he's the one. So, let's think about like imagine like money raining on you, right? As an example. So here's the money is coming, and you're imagining, you're feeling it, and you're in it in this beautiful rain of money. Well, what are you supposed to do? Open your hands and grab it, right? You're supposed to actually grab the money and bring it towards you as well. So not just being there and loving it and basking in that energy, but also grabbing onto it, right? So you can bring things towards you a lot, but then you also have to catch them. And if you're focused like on the future, right? Let's say I'm focusing on this like raining money, for example, right? But then you're acting differently in the present time. For example, I'm imagining myself with this abundant amounts of money around me. Yet in my present time, I'm like, oh, I can't get that because it's too much money, or I'll wait for my next paycheck to buy this other thing that I really want to do, but I just don't think I can do it now. And so I'm in two different places, right? I'm in the abundance place in my imaginary world where I'm manifesting things. Yet when I'm here in the present, I am kind of like bringing myself back to reality, and this is the regular reality, right? Not the one that we live in. This is the one that the ego and everybody else around you who is not doing work on themselves is thinking about and telling you, right? For example, that is not sustainable, or this is not something that you can do, or you can't do that, or you're not good enough, or all of those things, right? So you want to you want to match what you're doing now, here in the now, with what you are also imagining. So let's say you are working on healing yourself from something, some type of physical illness or something like that, right? So you're imagining yourself that you are healthy and you're running around and you're strong, right? And you imagine yourself doing maybe a marathon or half marathon in my case. I'm a Taurus, I am not a runner. And with your friends, and what would it feel like to be in that energy of all those other runners and having all of that. But then I'm here and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, I don't even want to walk around my house because I'm too tired, right? So those are two completely opposite things, right? So when you are imagining and feeling these things, you want to actually also act upon it. So when you're coming out of your imagination, right, coming out of this beautiful future, which is here, if you believe it to be, right? If you're coming out of it, and then do something, one step, one little step that goes towards that one thing that you are working on creating, that you are manifesting, that you are imagining, right? No one's ever gotten rich by focusing on poverty, right? If you focus on what I don't have right now, then that is what, that's what you're going to manifest, right? If you're thinking, I don't have enough now to go on this trip, or to buy this car, or to go to college, or whatever it is that you have in your life that you're wanting to do, right? If you're feeling and doing those things and saying those things to yourself, then you're not going to manifest it, right? Because those are the things you're doing, right? No one has ever gotten healthy from concentrating and thinking of disease, right? You want to think, feel, and act as if you are already healthy. You want to do those things that you would do when you get healthy, because that is the now, right? So you create the now in your imaginary world, and then that becomes your life. That's how you manifest it, by being in it. But then you also have to do something about it. You have to get off that couch and go for that walk. You need to do that one push-up if you can't do any, right? And then tomorrow you might be able to do two. Maybe it'll take you a week. Who knows, right? It depends on what you're trying to get at, right? You want to take that step of doing something in your physical world right now in order to get there, okay? The actions that you take now are not the defense from yesterday. For example, I had a Mary Kay business, and I sold Mary Kay, and I did it really well. If you guys are familiar with Mary Kay, you can earn a car, and I earned my first car within, it was 13 months. I was in it 13 months, and I had my first free car, which actually I still have. I ended up buying it from the company afterwards, right? So I went all in and I did it, right? And I was all in it, and I was able to get there and receive that because I was working towards that goal, right? And why am I telling you this? I forgot where I was going with this. Let me see my notes right here. That's so funny. Okay, so but then, okay, now I remember where I was going with this. But then I realized that I was not working at the level that I needed to make that work for me, right? And so I saw that when I finished it, I saw that as a failure for me. Like I couldn't do my own business because I failed. So if I was now in the now to think of that and concentrate on that and feel and think like, oh, I'm not a good business person because I already failed at that, right? So I'm not going to be able to do my own business now if that's what I'm feeling, right? If I'm thinking that I couldn't do that on my own, right? So every time you start something, it's new. It's new for you. You get to do this brand new from nothing. So you don't have to feel like because this didn't work before, it's not going to work now. So does that make sense to you, right? So you want to be able to like just be like, okay, I decided this, I'm going to do this, and then do it without having that thought, that feeling that pulls you back and says, hey, you know what, you couldn't do it before, and therefore you won't be able to do it now, right? That's the ego keeping us down, keeping us safe, so that we don't try, so that we don't do the things that we want to do, right? Okay, so let me see what else I wrote. Yeah, so I wrote, if we focus on what didn't work the last time around, then it will be touch and go again. It's not going to work again, because that's what we're focusing on, right? So the universe really loves speed. And this is the part that's so exciting to me, right? The energy wave, right? You have an energy wave. You know, when you like read a book or you see something, right? And you're like all excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. I need to do this. Wow, this is awesome. All right. Oh, I have to take the kids to school. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get into this later, right? So you go, you take the kids to school, you come back, or you do your shopping or whatever it is. And then you come back and you're like, what was that thing I wanted to do? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not as excited anymore. Why am I not as excited anymore? Because you have missed the wave. So the wave of energy is the one that when you are there in the moment and you're feeling it and you're getting excited and you're feeling it within you and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, or like, you know, like this sounds like such a great thing, right? And this has happened to me many times where I have been like, I'm not a reader, but like if I've gotten into a book that's like really interesting, and most of them are like self-help books, or like, you know, things about you know, this type of stuff, like what we're doing now, and I've gotten one that's like really, really good, then I'm like, oh, I have to finish reading this, and I just continue, and I finished the whole book, which for me is, you know, very rare, because reading is not my thing. But if I'm in the energy, right, I caught that wave of energy, then that allows me to keep that excitement for me to be able to finish that book and then implement the things that I just read. So that's catching the wave, right? When I started working with Elise, I started working, I was listening to everything that she was saying. Every time she would come on, I would be just like glued to my phone and like listening to everything. And it was, everything was resonating with me, right? And then it was like, okay, I want to work with you. Really? I don't know. I want to work? No, I don't. I do, I don't, right? So it's like the whole thing of like going forward, going backwards, going one step in, one step out. So what they're saying is go in it with a full step. Do you really want what it is that you're saying you want? Do you really want to do it? Then go and take that step. It doesn't have to be a gigantic step. It doesn't have to be the marathon right now, right? It just has to be that one full step with your full heart, right? Not putting one foot there and the other one back and you're still in the same place. And I'm laughing right now because I was having this conversation with everybody who's here basically earlier today about having one foot in and one foot out of things, right? Of your like regular life, so to speak. So that's the type of things that you want to do. You want to catch the wave, get excited, and when you're right up there feeling it, then you just take that step, you leap, you do it, right? Because the energy has arrived, right? And then when you don't do that, then what happens is then you can't catch that wave anymore. The wave is gone. There it goes. It goes. Bye-bye wave, right? And you have to wait for another wave to come up that will come up and lift you up and get you excited and get you moving again, right? And sometimes the universe sends you lots of waves, one after the other, right? They send you lots of waves coming over, and then you get an opportunity, and then you let it go. You get an opportunity, and then you let it go, right? When are you going to be ready to ride the wave and to be up here, that, you know, catch that energy, that the wave of energy that's going to take you and show you where to go. What's your next step, right? So what else did I write here? Let me see. So, okay, so when you let that weight go back and you're feeling like, oh, what happened? Maybe this wasn't for me. Then you start doubting yourself and everything. Why is that? Is because the energy isn't there. It's not there to pick you up again, right? So you have to wait for another time, another exciting moment, another hint, another ping, another something, another push, right? Another kick in the butt that tells you this is it. This is what you should do, right? And it doesn't mean that you need to have all of the answers now. You don't have to know all of the answers now in order for you to start. Just get on the wave, let it carry you, and that's going to build momentum and bring you the opportunities, the choices, the roads for you to be able to choose, which will be all aligned in this higher frequency energy, right? So that's what you want. You want to be riding that wave. You want to be up here, and you want to be able to ride that wave and start going in the right direction, the direction of your dreams, the direction of where you want to go, your soul wants to go. Okay, don't wait till the when. When this happens, I will. When that happens, I will. I think I spoke about this the other day as well. There is no when, right? When you say someday I'll get around to it, right? Today is that day. Today is the someday, right? So do it now. Do it today while you're thinking about it, while you're getting that ping. When I talk about pings, in case you're not sure what that means, it's when you have that little jump in your soul, right? Inside that you're like, yeah, like I'm excited, like I can feel a little something of excitement inside me. That's like this ping, like this telling you, like, yeah, that's it. That's your soul trying to communicate with you and tell you, follow this road, or do that, right? This is what it's trying to tell you. Okay, let me see what else. There is no when. Okay, and then each day that you do a little bit and a little bit, each day that you do a little bit, then that all of that stuff that you're doing happens today, right? So today I take a step forward, and that happens today. And then tomorrow I take a step forward, and that happens today. It happens tomorrow, but on today, right? So there is no I'm going to do this tomorrow. You heard that saying, don't leave till tomorrow what you can do today. So it's kind of like that, right? It's just you only have today. There is no yesterday, there is no tomorrow. You're only in the present. And then today you take a step, and then you are one step further. And tomorrow you take one step, when it is today, tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so by the end of the month, you will have taken 30 steps, or by the end of the year, you will have taken 365 steps. Where would that have taken you if you don't stop, right? So the key is to ride the wave, to catch that energy wave when you feel it, when you see it, when you recognize it. Get on the wave and let it carry you, because when you are on the high wave of high frequency energy, then you're going to go fast. You're going to move fast. You're going to have things shown to you quickly, and they're going to resonate with you, and you're going to go from here to there, and you're going to just like navigate that really easily and effortlessly, and you're going to have fun doing it, right? It's when we stop ourselves and we don't do anything, that's when we start to feel down, depressed, and like we don't know where to go, right? So let's see what, okay, so don't take a half step forward, take a good honest step, right? Are you taking that step, or are you pretending to take that step, right? Are you actually moving forward, or are you still standing on your right leg while your left leg is kind of like just dipping in and out, right? Which one are you doing? Do you really want to take that step forward or not, right? Is that really what you want? And then think about it. Is this what I want? Or do I just want to stay in this area of not doing it, right? Because, and this is really, really important, if you choose of not doing it right now, right? So for example, okay, so if yes, then the universe will support you. And that's if you own it. But if you don't, it won't help you, right? We all came here for one reason only, and that is to expand, right? So we came here, we expand, and now that we're expanded, our job is to expand some more. And now that we are more expanded, then our job is to expand. So that's our job, is just to keep on expanding, growing, to, you know, it's just never ending, right? Because we are universal beings, so we are infinite beings, so there is no end to that, right? But if you are playing it safe, and these are the words that I heard, playing it safe is playing it dead. Yes, and today I got the death card from Emma, so this is really, really coming together for me right now. So he said, playing it safe is playing it dead. And why is that? It's because when you are not moving, when you are not stepping out and growing, when you stop expanding, when you stop growing, then you know what happens? Your energy dies. Your energy stops, right? So what happens to a lake, right? When there's no movement, the water is no longer moving in the lake. What happens? The water becomes stinky, right? It becomes dirty. It's just no longer flowing. So that's what happens to us, right? It will not help you. Just like this is why there's so much depression out there, so much anxiety, right? Because we're just doing things that are not bringing us joy, right? So, what kind? Let's see. See what else I have here. Two things. Okay, so you want to do things that are actual things that your soul wants to do, that make you feel alive, that are bringing you closer to where you want to go. Those are the things that you want to do. You don't want to be doing busy work. So busy work is when you are looking for things to keep you busy so that you can continue to avoid to listen to your inner higher voice, right? So I think I spoke this about a couple of days ago or maybe weeks ago, where I was talking about people who continuously go to school to get one degree after another degree after another degree after another degree, right? I know a couple of people who have at least 4 degrees, right? So there's a term for them. I think they're like called professional students, right? Because you continue to go, and yes, you are growing. You are growing. You're continuing to look for something else, right? You are continuing to grow your knowledge, but what is it that you are doing with this knowledge, right? Where are you moving? In which direction are you going, right? Are you just keeping this job and then going to school and then moving to this other job with this new degree and then continuing to go to school and then doing that other job or that new position and then continuing to go to school, right? So you're continuing to do that, and what you're doing by doing all of that is you are keeping yourself busy. You're keeping yourself busy and not giving yourself enough time for your inner growing, right? When you need to look at yourself, look at your shadow, look at what it is about you. Why are you here? Why do you keep on looking and searching for new things to do and create, but still are feeling empty inside? Or like, what is my purpose, right? That is one of like the biggest things. What is my purpose? Why am I here? Why was I put here in this world, right? Why am I still living? That is like one of the greatest questions that everybody is like, who's like feeling like I don't know what to do with my life. That's the question that comes on, right? When you are not feeling that you are making a difference, right? So keeping yourself busy by doing either like the same thing over and over, just calling it different things, or just by not doing anything, right? Then you are stopping the energy. The energy is becoming stagnant and you are not growing, right? And you want to always be expanding. You want to always be growing so that you can reach the part which is, why are you here, right? Why did you decide to come to this world? What is the difference that you have inside you that everyone needs to hear and know about, right? Because each one of us has our gift that needs to be seen, needs to be heard, right? And that is the part that is going to fulfill your soul, right? Okay, so okay, so don't fake yourself out. Okay, what are you gaining by saying I tried, right? I tried to do this, but what did that get you, right? Did you really try? Or because you can't try, right? It's like, can I try to pick this candle up? No, I can't. I either pick it up or I don't, right? You cannot try to do something. So by saying that, or by putting yourself in the position of, well, I tried that and it didn't work, you actually didn't try. You either tried it or you didn't. And if you try it, something will happen. You will grow. Something will change within you, right? And when you say that, for example, I'll believe it when I see it, right? I love this one because it's such a linear world, right? When we say, when I see this, then I'll believe it, it's actually the other way around, right? You believe it now, and then you'll see it, because it is the belief that makes it happen. It is the belief that makes it real. It's the belief that manifests into being. That's how it works, right? So when you're saying, I'll believe it when it happens, or when I see it, then you're going to be waiting forever, and you're never going to see it, right? Because you're not manifesting, you're not believing in it, you're not believing that in that you're going to actually see it. Okay, and let's say you're lacking in money, right? If you are lacking money and you are seeing that, then, and you're focusing on that, I don't have that, then you are creating more of that lack, right? If you have the money and you are spending it like you have it, then you are telling the universe that the money is infinite and that it is abundant and that you have it, and then you create more of that. So that's kind of like how that goes. So let me know if you have any questions. Okay, I was like so excited to come in and tell you this stuff, because I've been getting a lot of this information through my automatic writing, and it's coming in like really, really like heavy and clear, and it's just making so much sense to me when I'm getting it. And this is why I started like writing it, and I was like, I need to have my automatic writing here so I can tell you and not forget anything. So I wanted to come and tell you all of this stuff, but then I'm getting a lot of it, and I was like actually feeling like I have so much information that's coming through that I don't know where to stop. There's just so much. Okay, so I wanted to do a little energy healing here, right? And for anyone who is here right now, I want you to just, if you want to do it, obviously, if you don't want to do it, that's fine too. But if you want to do a little energy healing today, to open yourself up to receiving, right? And to live in the abundance of the universe, right? So if you would just close your eyes and ground yourself. And how do we ground ourselves? You imagine this beautiful golden cord coming from the center of the earth, through every layer of the earth, until it reaches your feet. And through your feet, it comes up through your legs and your body, and going through the center of your body and up through your head, connecting to divine light. So you're really grounded. And now expanding your roots. So imagine that your feet are at the bottom of the trees, and you are just expanding your roots onto the earth, and they just continue to grow and grow and grow, making you feel super strong and grounded onto this earth. So that's how you ground yourself if you haven't done that before. Okay, and now anyone who is here, and if you're here later on watching the replay as well, I want you to open yourself up and send love and healing energy to anyone who is here in this circle right now, to allow them to be able to receive. So right now, you are just opening yourself up, and you're sending love and healing to everyone here in the circle, allowing them to be able to receive, sending your healing energy to them. Beautiful. Doesn't that feel nice? It feels so nice to be able to give, right? You're opening yourself up and you're giving to others. And you're allowing them. See, when you're giving yourself to them, when you are allowing and aiding everyone else to be able to receive, you're getting yourself out of your own ego, right? When you're here and you're feeling like, I'm opening myself to receiving, then the ego gets in the way. Like, no, you can't. No, that's not true. No, that's not possible. All of those things that the ego can say to you, right? Or who am I to deserve this? But when you open your heart up and you're giving it out to anyone else who's here in the circle or anyone else who's watching this later on, and you are putting the intention, right? You put the intention with love that they are able to open up and receive. Then you get yourself out of the ego. The ego cannot interfere with this because you are being the natural empath that you usually are. Right? Most people in here are empaths, right? You're here because you want to help somebody. You want to reach out to somebody. So you are doing that, you're giving that out, and they're giving it to you. So you're still receiving it, you see? It's a beautiful, beautiful, loving circle. That's how it works, right? Giving and receiving, total, beautiful, perfect flow. That's how it works. All right. So that's feeling really good. And we're going to close the circle and say, give thank you. I'll give thank you to the angels. I'm an angels girl. You can give thank you to anyone that you work with for being here in this healing. Wasn't that amazing? So now catch the wave, right? Feel what it is that you really wanted to work with, what really the direction that you want to go on, the thing that you want, that you're afraid to take that step on and do it. Go and feel the energy, catch the wave, ride the wave, and then take that first step, right? Take that first step to make your life open, right? To open up a little bit more. All right. That is it, ladies and ladies. I don't see any gentlemen here right now. So if you have no questions right now, I am going to go. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, sorry. Don't forget, Dream Weaving School, the early bird ends next Friday. That will be May. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's tomorrow. No way. I am still feeling like I have another week. This month has completely flown by. I can't believe it that the 28th is tomorrow. In my mind, I'm thinking that I still have another week before the early bird, but that is actually tomorrow. I cannot believe that. I was having this conversation with my sister earlier, and I was telling her something about, I just sat down to have a conversation with you, and I'm looking at the calendar, and I can't believe that today is the 26th, I said, right? Actually, it's the 27th. And I'm thinking, I'm talking to her, like, I can't believe it's the 26th, and look, it's Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like looking, I'm like, wait a second, it's actually the 27th. Like, and now that I just said this, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, tomorrow's the 28th. So, yeah, wow. How does it get any better than that, right? Flying by. All right, I'm going to say goodbye, good night, have a great evening. Send me any questions or anything that you want to on the chat, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.